You know, guys, I was having an incredibly good week this week. I felt productive, I thought I got a lot of shit done. Jid's new album, DiCaprio 2, came out, and it's absolutely fantastic. One of the standout songs by far on the track listing, though, has to be Despacito 2. You might think that's a joke, but that is genuinely a song on the album, and that stuff is absolutely fantastic, trust me. But music is not the reason we are all here today. While we all may share a mutual love of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon music, the topic at hand for today's video is much more serious, brutal, and heart-wrenchingly personal than I think any other topic I've ever covered has been, including that one time I had to kill all of my friends for the sake of a skin. They're actually dead. Everybody that you see in the videos uploaded to their channels these days is literally just me doing very convincing impersonations, both of their voices and their likenesses. It's kinda epic. But about a week ago, I started getting some tweets and comments sent my way talking about PewDiePie, and it wasn't for any reason that I could ever see coming. These tweets, these comments, they were accusing PewDiePie of stealing my no legs gimmick from me. And for one, it's not a fucking gimmick, it's part of who I am, you pricks. But anyways, at Kwite, PewDiePie said he had no legs. He's clearly stealing your identity. So now PewDiePie has no legs, but floats with a hoodie. Is he the same species as Kwite? Like, are they brothers? Or maybe Pewds is the dad or son? Maybe the same person in same universe? Let me know your thoughts. At first, I thought nothing of this. I mean, there was no way that PewDiePie would be trying to steal my identity. There was no way that he was gonna pretend not to have legs. Surely not after that catastrophe at the bridge, where PewDiePie infamously said that you're supposed to pour the milk into the bowl before the cereal, which understandably led to major backlash from both the YouTube community and mainstream media, forcing PewDiePie to post an apology video. After everything he's learned from that controversy, you think he would have learned to be more cautious with his words, especially when he's not on live stream and he's in a video where he's able to edit out all of those silly opinions of his. So in my head, I initially dismissed those tweets as simply hearsay. But as time went on and this week progressed, the thought that PewDiePie might be doing what these people say he is was always stuck in the back of my head. And upon getting even more comments about it in my recent videos and it being spread across multiple platforms and not just Twitter, I was compelled to further investigate the allegations myself. Initially, I thought this whole deal might have just been another ploy by my Discord server to call me a massive loser, as I've had to deal with them doing multiple times. But days upon days spent doing undercover work in the Discord server as a totally usual server member, trademark, proved this to not be the case. Eventually, I decided to go straight to the source that I saw being cited by these warning comments. A PewDiePie video uploaded on November 21st, 2018. A Lawai episode entitled, The Last Hope for My Channel. I went in anxious, and I left with only my greatest fears having been confirmed. I can't express it with words. All I can do is show you. The evidence will speak for itself.
Mommy? Can you give me money to buy memes? Yes? Actually buys groceries like a boss. Trolley time. SNH! Stop! This is Photoshop. This is Photoshop. Everyone knows I don't have legs. I don't believe in legs. I will never believe in legs. Stop the bullying.
My whole being shattered at the moment that I watched that clip. What people were saying this whole time had been true. I doubted them and I chose to trust Felix, but instead it turns out they were right all along. And that's not even all there is. PewDiePie then proceeds to take that screwdriver he just rammed into my side that I am now bleeding out because of, and he twists it in just a little further because he later in the video again talks about his supposed leglessness.
This guy won't leave my backyard. He kept asking for bich lasagna. What do I do? Another Photoshop. Another Photoshop. I don't have legs. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you guys. Where do you find these photos? Can I not visit my backyard? Go for a handshake. That'll make him stop the bullying.
No, you stop, Felix. You stop it. I trusted you. I thought I could trust you at least. But then you go and do this. I feel incredibly betrayed. I feel like a piece of my soul has left my being forever. I feel like the entire foundation of my life, all those Happy Wheels videos I watched, has been uprooted by these two 20-second long clips. Not even stubbing my toes without even having legs to begin with shattered my worldview this badly. And now I can't even make jokes about not having any legs without thinking about the situation more. I don't understand what I did to the cosmic universe to deserve this. I stood as a loyal 9-year-old in everything when people were saying that it was actually PewDiePie stealing from Jack's films. I stood in his defense. I created a 3-part trilogy of videos where I dissected the evidence. I exposed Jack's films for the heinous time-traveling thief he is. All for PewDiePie. I cut ties with my friends who supported T-Series over PewDiePie. I've lost friends and have relationships destroyed by this PewDiePie T-Series civil war. Yet I always stood a fervent supporter of Felix. Yet this happened still! The level of disrespect and pure unadulterated evil that this whole situation exudes is ridiculous. And you are goddamn wrong if you think I'm gonna stand for it. This is where I draw my line in the sand, Felix. I am unsubscribing from PewDiePie. And now that I no longer have any obligation to you, PewDiePie, I'm going to show the world the kind of person you are. One with legs. Now, I'm sure most of you know at this point that I am a sentient floating hoodie. I am a literal piece of clothing with no lower appendages to speak of, and I am the very last of my kind, if there were even others of my kind to begin with. And because of this species status, I have no legs. Which is why PewDiePie pretending not to have legs is a big deal. Oh, and to anybody out there who thinks they're slick because they point out that they've seen my legs in other videos, nice try, Sherlock. Those are actually just some prosthesis. Got it. And because of how personal the fact that I have no legs is to me, PewDiePie pretending, I repeat, pretending to have no legs is incredibly fucking insensitive. The main basis for PewDiePie saying he has no legs seems to come from this image of him pushing a shopping trolley. Shopping trolley. I don't fucking care. Go suck on some toes. But PewDiePie claims that any image of him pushing that cart or containing him with legs is indeed fake. And him saying that is tantamount to me saying something like, I'm Swedish. Why? Because they are both bold-faced lies. Felix, what you have done is incredibly insensitive to my species, which I am the last of. If anybody else claims to be a hoodie, they are fucking liars as well. And you might not believe me when I say PewDiePie has legs, but I can prove it to you. We haven't even hit the juiciest bit yet. You see, good old Pewds here spent some time in this video marketing his new collection of Suki clothing, which for those of you who don't know is him and Marcia's clothing line. But if you don't believe me, you think that the real PewDiePie would never wear clothes, here is the proof. Coming right from the culprit's mouth. A straight up confession.
Before this video begins, here I am. Sorry about the mess, it doesn't matter. I have a very important, exciting announcement. Me and Marcia's latest collection, Suki, is out now. It's this clothing brand that we made together. This is our third collection, and it's my favorite one so far. Here's a glorious picture of me wearing the long sleeve shirt. It's got a cool print on the back. I absolutely love how this one turned out.
There's PewDiePie right there wearing physical clothes, admitting that the man in the picture is indeed him wearing clothes. But the real damning evidence can be found on the Suki shop itself. And believe me, this is not for the faint of heart. Upon first glance of the website, you'll notice that the clothing here looks pretty slick. I like it a good bit. But I'm not here to compliment you or be your friend, PewDiePie. I already did that, and look what it got me. What I have found on this page is all the proof that I need to show you that PewDiePie has legs. If you head over to the Why Are You Sad collection, you will notice an array of clothing. But what I want to draw your attention to are the two pieces on the far right. The top one are cropped overalls, and whose legs and body are they collectively on? That's right, PewDiePie's. A physical image endorsed by Felix that contains his legs. You cannot hide anymore. Now I know what some of you are saying. Kwite, those are overalls. He very well could just have shoved a bunch of sausages in there. There's no actual legs in those overalls. Alright, then if that's not enough for you, then I ask you to move your attention from the overalls to the article of clothing for sale right under it. And what do you see? That's right, joggers. Those joggers are made specifically for legs. You cannot make the excuse that you can just hang them over your shoulders and then all will be well in the world. Perhaps your defense will be that those are very clearly Marcia's legs. But for one, I have to ask how you can even be certain that those are even her legs. All we have to work off of is a lower body shot. It could be PewDiePie pretending to be Marcia to try and throw us off his scent. But if that's still not enough for you, then look at the Why Are You Sad joggers price. $86 and sold out. And why do you think it is that they are sold out? Well, let's run some simple calculations then. The numbers will add up in the end. So if you take the number 86 and put it in the context of degrees in Fahrenheit, and when converted to Celsius, what comes out the other side, besides your parents being disappointed in you that you still don't know how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius or vice versa in your head, is 30 degrees Celsius. That nice even number, isn't it? Now keep that number 30 in mind, because it is very important for the next bit. The first thing we have to do is subtract Marcia's age from 30. And what are we left with? That's correct. 4. Next, we need to subtract Felix's age from 30. And what are we left with? That's correct, 1. Next, we multiply that 4 we got from subtracting Marcia's age from 30 by 2, which will leave us with 8. And with PewDiePie's age, we need to multiply it by 6, giving us a 6. It's real second grade math hours. The 8 is significant for multiple reasons. Firstly, in the image that is shown on the site for the joggers, there are 8 characters in total that we can see on the side of the pants that are facing us. And also, that number 8 brings us full circle to the first number in the price of the pants. 8. And the 6 gives us the second number in the price. 6. So we end up right back where we started, proving that this is in fact PewDiePie's legs on display in the image. Another endorsed image of his legs on his clothing line's website. There's no getting around it this time, Felix. And to put the cherry on top, why do you think the joggers were the first item to be sold out in this collection? That's right, because PewDiePie bought every single pair of those pants to put on those legs of his he is so desperately trying to hide. But yeah, if that's not even enough, Fear not, because I have even more information to shatter the likes of your brain with. Come with me back to the Suki store and into the tourist collection. Do you notice anything about the items that are sold out here? That's right, the dip dye shorts. The only item in this collection that is traditionally meant to be worn on legs is sold out. Once again, obviously completely bought out by PewDiePie himself so he can feed his need that he is so ashamed of. Wearing as many pants as possible at the same time. Felix, you vile, vile man. He is so ashamed of this habit, in fact, that he is trying to convince us that he has no legs with which to put these pants on in the first place. Well, the jig's up, PewDiePie. The world knows your secret now. I don't enjoy doing this to you, Felix. I looked up to you. You were my hero, but what you did was inexcusable. I'm sorry to any fellow former PewDiePie fans who are only just now finding out the real kind of person that PewDiePie is. I know this information is hard to take in, and I take no joy in being the one to make this video, or in having found this information at all. But I have no choice. Anyways, it looks like we hit the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Yeah, PewDiePie, bad, whatever, it's all a joke, fuck you. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe. If you want to pick up some of my merch, go to kwiteshop.com. We have 3 designs up right now. If you want to support the channel a little more directly, you can do so by clicking that join button next to the subscribe button and donating $5 a month to get things like custom badges and custom emotes. It's totally optional, but it helps out the channel, and it is much appreciated. I have a podcast with Wild Spartans and FPS Diesel called Loudmouse. We upload 2 new episodes every week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and we're up on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at Kwite and on Instagram at Kwite.png. Links to both of those in the description below. And lastly, I also have a Discord server. Link to that in the description as well if you're interested. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I will see you guys next time.